Live from Hazard, Kentucky, this is Jammin John's Wrestling News. Here's your news for Tuesday, March 26, 2019. We start off with some breaking news out of the WWE. Charlotte Flair defeated Asuka on tonight's episode of Smackdown with the figure 8 to win the Smackdown Women's Championship. So that means that not only will the Raw Women's title be on the line at WrestleMania in the main event, but the Smackdown Women's title will be on the line as well. This is really shocking because for so long, every single wrestling news website was saying that Asuka was going to defend the Smackdown Women's title at WrestleMania against Mandy Rose, and then completely out of nowhere, Creative at the last minute decides that Charlotte Flair will be the Smackdown Women's Champion, and so now the stakes are higher for that WrestleMania main event. This could very well basically mean the end of the brand split era. We are probably going to get, more than likely, a unified women's title belt, the Raw after WrestleMania. And if you watched Raw and SmackDown this week, you noticed that SmackDown wrestlers were on Raw and Raw wrestlers were on SmackDown. So I think it's highly likely that this could be the end of that brand split era from 2016 to now. So pretty shocking stuff. I wasn't expecting it, and as you know, there was a lot of negative backlash online about Charlotte winning the SmackDown Women's title. A lot of people wanted Asuka to go on and have her moment at WrestleMania. So I wanted that too, but they want to make the stakes higher for this WrestleMania main event, so I can understand why they done that, even though I'm not really a fan of it. This also means that Charlotte Flair is now an 8-time women's champion, so she has surpassed Trish Stratus, which is something I really didn't think would happen this fast, but it's happened. There's also more breaking news from SmackDown tonight. Xavier Woods and Big E won a tag team gauntlet match tonight to send Kofi Kingston to WrestleMania. So it is official. Kofi Kingston will face Daniel Bryan for the WWE title at WrestleMania. See guys, I told you everything was going to be okay. Regarding Kurt Angle's retirement tour heading into WrestleMania 35, Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com noted the following about it. Meltzer said, "The deal is that Kurt actually is legitimately able to ask for his final opponents, but even though the gimmick was that he asked for his final opponent, that was the one that he couldn't ask for, and that's what he got. The rest of these are actually matches that he's asking for, so they gave him that on the way out, so that's why we have Samoa Joe on Raw, and why we have Rey Mysterio on Raw next week." Thanks to RingsideNews.com for the quotes. ProWrestlingSheet.com is reporting that Becky Lynch was recently offered a new multi-year contract from WWE. The contract, which reportedly includes a raise, is expected to be signed soon. Paul O'Brien also noted the following about Becky Lynch in WrestleMania by tweeting, "Becky Lynch in first ever female WrestleMania main event will also be the second only non-North American ever to main event WrestleMania. The other one? Andre the Giant. Great company to be in." As previously noted earlier on Jammin John's Wrestling News, Twitter account at WrestleVotes reported that Brutus the Barber Beefcake was one of the names that would be entering the WWE Hall of Fame's class of 2019. In an update, New York radio station WHTZ 100.3 FM has reportedly been advertising Beefcake for the ceremony. Hulk Hogan has been rumored to be the person inducting Beefcake into the Hall of Fame. Hogan has been promoting Beefcake for an appearance at his beach shop this weekend in Orlando, Florida. Now, even though there is a card subject to change policy, a traditional Raw vs. SmackDown elimination match for Survivor Series is already being advertised. With tickets set to go on sale, the advertisement is promoting Team Raw with Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman taking on Team SmackDown with Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe. During an appearance on Lillian Garcia's podcast, Dana Brooke commented on how she almost quit WWE last month when her scheduled Raw match with Natalya was canceled. Dana Brooke said, "When I was told that your match isn't happening, at that point in time I was just like, no, this place does not define me. I'm stronger than this. I want to go to prove to the world that you can't keep me down." I said, "You know something? If I quit now, what kind of example am I going to be for everyone that's followed me, who's supported me, who's been my backbone through the hardest time? I cannot give up now." Thanks to ProWrestlingSheet.com for the quote. And finally, here on Jammin' John's Wrestling News, the WWE announced the following today. WWE today announced that Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Joan Jett will perform at WrestleMania on Sunday, April 7th in front of a capacity crowd at MetLife Stadium and live on WWE Network around the world. Jett will play her hit song Bad Reputation as WWE Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey makes her entrance to the ring and defends her title in the Women's Triple Threat match versus WWE superstars Becky Lynch and Smackdown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. The Queen of Rock and Roll, Joan Jett, is a music legend and icon for powerful women everywhere. Her performance at this year's WrestleMania promises to be both exhilarating and inspiring, and we are honored to watch her join a distinct list of extraordinary performers who have lit up the WWE stage, said Neil Lawley, Senior Vice President and General Manager of WWE Music Group. Jett will join the likes of renowned artists such as Motorhead, Snoop Dogg, Pitbull, Kid Rock, Diddy, Machine Gun Kelly, Skylar Grey, Travis Barker, and fellow Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Run DMC, who have performed at WWE's annual pop culture extravaganza. Joan Jett is a founding member of the Runaways, a rock band that paved the way for female artists to enter the male-dominated arena of rock music. After 5 albums, Jett would take her career to even greater heights when she launched Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, with hits such as I Love Rock and Roll and I Hate Myself for Loving You. A feminist icon for more than 40 years, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015. I think this is really, really awesome that Joan Jett is going to be at WrestleMania. I've always loved Joan Jett, always thought she was hot, so I think this is really awesome that she's going to be performing Ronda Rousey's theme song. And the Runaways, you might know them for their single Cherry Bomb, which was in a Guitar Hero game, so they definitely were icons and pioneers back in the 1970s, and Joan Jett definitely is a feminist icon, so I think this is really cool for that triple threat main event. That is your news for Tuesday, March 26, 2019. Check back here tomorrow for another Jammin' John's Wrestling News Flash Briefing on Amazon Alexa devices, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and iTunes. Follow me on Twitter at John Caldwell, JONCOLWELL. Follow me on Instagram, The Jammin' John. If you'd like to sponsor Jammin' John's Wrestling News or your wrestling promotion, want to get your next big event out, you can email me, jzcaldwell@gmail.com. That's JZCOLWELL@gmail.com. Big shout out to Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson for subscribing to my Patreon. You too can subscribe to me by going to patreon.com/jamminjohn. I have free packages on there ranging from $3 to $7. Not a whole lot of money. I would really appreciate it if you supported me a little bit financially. Once again, that's patreon.com/jamminjohn. This is Jammin' John saying thanks, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.